All right, we are live, Reed. We've got Kansas State in just about an hour from now. It's probably the biggest game of the season in terms of playoff implications. Until maybe the next one, we'll see. But Reed, how are you feeling? How did you wake up this morning, huh?
I woke up extremely excited, very optimistic. We were talking earlier. I just want to see Tulane jump out to a 21-0 lead in the first quarter. And you know what? While unlikely, I think it's possible. I'm feeling very, very optimistic.
Yeah, I think I don't know. There's a lot of times where I want the defense to get the ball first and like really set the tone. But I think we've got a little bit of an element of surprise in this one. And I think the offense getting the ball first would be ideal and sort of just like, stunning Kansas State, like a big play, trick play or something to start the game and just get the crowd going. I think that's my ideal start.
Yeah, unleash Mensa Mania early on. Show the world. You hear me? Sorry.
Yeah, you're lagging a little bit, but we're good. We've got a great pregame show today. We've got Wave After Wave blog coming on. We've got Special Teams U coming on to talk some smack. I think from the Kansas State perspective. So uh, it's going to be really fun. We'll welcome them on shortly, but can you hear me all right, Reed? You doing good?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
All right, sweet. So I guess what are your keys to the game? If you can give us like one or two keys.
Definitely establishing the run. I think it's going to free up Mensa a ton. Um, it's going to be very important to get Makai Hughes going early because last game he only had 6 carries. I think we're going to see more around 20 this game, which would really, really help soften up that defense and give Mensa a chance to run around the field.
Agreed. Establish the run against maybe one of the best rushing defenses in college football. But yeah, it's going to be pretty exciting. Well, I think we've got a Wave After Wave blog coming in live from Martha's Vineyard. He's rocking some pretty cool swag. What's up, Sam? Welcome to the Uptown Update for the
What's
long
up,
overdue
guys?
first time.
Happy to be here. First time, long time. Big fan. Happy to be here. Well, very excited. Woke up this morning, fired up. Excited to put on this new Darian Mensa T-shirt. Go grab one. They're awesome. Online, I'll put the link in bio here. But I'm fired up today, boys. Feels real good. I have a good feeling. Kansas State's a great team, but I think we're ready for them.
Where'd you get that, Sam? I got to get me one of those.
I'll send you the link. This might be a one of one right now. When Darian was named starting quarterback, before I found out a little before some other folks, and I put the order in so I'd have it for week 1. It's lucky so far. It was good week 1. Let's see if it's good week 2.
Yeah, you knew early on Mensa was the guy. How does it feel to have your prediction come true and how good he's actually looking?
It's been awesome, man. It's a really good feeling to have been behind him the whole time. Hearing a lot of good things out of practice early on. Just liked what I saw. All the highlights were great, and I was like, "This is my guy." I'm glad Ty's a part of the offense as well. I think it'll keep defenses on their toes, but Mensa's got that swag, man. He's got that it factor that you love to see from your quarterback, and I think a young quarterback coming in has got everybody really fired up and excited. So I'm excited to see what he can do. ESPN, big stage, good opponent. It's gonna be great.
What do you think like gives a quarterback that like it factor? Do you think it's like the like and like swag and stuff? Is it like the wristbands or the headband? Like what is it? I don't know. Like you can tell with Mensa for sure.
It's what the kids call aura, man. He's just got it.
It's aura.
When he comes out on the field, you can see Darian Mensa, the guys rally around him. When anybody scores, Darian Mensa, the first one celebrating with him. You hear Yol Keith and Shoddy talking about him, man. He's just got that poise, that confidence. It's something that, anybody who has poise and swag like that, it's just visible. It's evident. And he's got it. There is no defining an it factor. It's just an it factor.
Yeah. I think aura is the proper term to describe Mensa. I mean, I've never seen a freshman quarterback look so calm ever. And that I mean, you actually I have seen one, and I don't want to, loft this praise or comparison on Mensa so quickly. I'm just saying when Trevor Lawrence started for Clemson as a freshman, he looked pretty calm out there. That's all I want to say.
Yeah, the name that comes to mind might even be even loftier for me. I'm thinking about Johnny fucking Football. I don't know if we're allowed to curse here on the Uptown Update podcast, but so sorry to the kids at home. But that kind of swag coming in as a freshman, obviously is very lofty. It's been one game. Let's not get carried away. But what we saw week one looked great.
It's a crazy story too, because he wasn't even considered really when the offseason first started. It was between Kai and Ty was like a lock. So for him to climb up the ranks and really get that recognition, I think speaks a lot to what he's capable of. And I'm sure the coaches know a lot more about him than we do. So I hope we get to see him unleashed today and really just attack the defense.
Yeah, it's funny you brought up Johnny Football because I was telling some of my coworkers, I'm based in Dallas, so there's tons of Aggies over here. But I was telling some of my coworkers about how we had this redshirt freshman come out of nowhere and win the starting job. And they were like, oh, like Johnny Football? Like that was their first reaction. So that's an interesting comparison there. I think we may have lost Sam, but Reed, I think other than Mensa, I guess what are you excited to see today?
I'm excited to see how the D line stacks up because I think it's going to be our first and probably one of the better offensive lines that we play all year long. So really see Patrick Jenkins. We know he's capable. See some of the guys on the edge get some pressure, especially with Avery Johnson. I know some K-State fans weren't not unhappy with how he performed last week, but he's capable of much, much more. So it's going to be a real test of staying in your lanes, holding the edge, and containing Avery Johnson.
Got to set the edge. That's what it comes down to. That's what I'm most looking forward. The end role is going to be huge. This is why Aiden Huntington came here to hold a guy like Avery Johnson in the pocket. He can run. I don't care what happened against UT Martin. I am very afraid of Avery Johnson's legs. He's going to be unleashed today. We got to contain, got to tackle, and got to contain. That's what the game's going to hedge on. Their running back, DJ Giddens, is good as well. It's raining. This is going to be a ground attack from Kansas State, and it's going to be man football. I mean, we need to measure up size for size with them. Our defensive line, Tyler Grubbs, Sam Howard, those are the guys I'm keen on today. Caleb Ransaw. I mean, the offense, I'm surprisingly not concerned about. I mean, we'll see what happens, but I feel pretty good there. The defense is going to have to come and bring it in a rainy, grounded pound running attack with a quarterback that can really move.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of interesting. The over under is 47.5. So
it came down.
It came down a little bit, and the spread is 8.5. So that's an implied score of about like 28, 20, 28, 19 or so around that. And I mean, I don't know with the rain and the ground attack and how good these defenses are. I think that's honestly a pretty high number. I know it's a low over under, but I mean, I heard you, Sam, on the Cocaine Willie talk about a shootout.
I didn't see the forecast, and I was fired up, man. I was fired up on our offense. I think you're right, Jack. I think this one's gonna go low. It's gonna be in the rain. Makai's gonna pound it, long possessions, wet football. Yeah, I think that my prediction maybe a little overzealous, but I'm sticking to it. I'm not gonna back down on it.
Yeah, own it.
I didn't have monsoon in my forecast when I made that score prediction. I was hoping for a nice, crisp, warm day. Defense is getting tired. Offense is lighting up the red zone. But I'll take a monsoon. I don't care how it comes. I'm just stoked. We're on ESPN. We're playing Kansas State. Boys, I'm fired up.
Yeah, I'm hoping we get the stadium pulse going. I know last week the student section looked amazing. There was a lot of talk this week, a lot of economics talks about how to price the tickets. I know the student section is going to show up. It's about the rest of New Orleans, but I think regardless, it's going to be rocking in Yeoman on the 10th anniversary.
Yeah, we've got some boots on the ground that are telling us the boot is absolutely packed right now, inside and outside. Students are lining up to get in early. You love to see that. The tailgate has been described as moist, but I think there's worse words to describe a tailgate. So the vibes seem pretty good despite the weather. I'm hoping that we still get a really good and energetic turnout. I mean, come on. The rain is not a foreign thing for fans of New Orleans football. So everyone should be ready to go and know exactly what they're in for.
I don't know if you guys were at the SMU tailgate last year. I mean, that was as rainy gets, and the student section was still rocking. This is, big time. I think plenty of people there. I'm not worried about packing Yeoman. K-State bringing no fans is disappointing, but it is what it is. I think we're going to be there. We're going to be loud. I'm stoked that the boot is packed already. It's the vibe is in the air, man.
I know they were organizing when the players came out of the bus and onto the field. They were organizing, getting some people there. Did we see any videos from that or anything? I haven't seen anything from it yet. Do you guys know? No.
I'll reach back out to Shaz's dad. He reached out to me and has been hyping that. I think it's a great idea and a good tradition. You watch Auburn or Alabama, the players walking through with all their families saying hi right before they get on the bus. I mean, it's a good tradition at big time football schools. So it's a nice thing to incorporate here. And I hope, first time might be a little bit work out the kinks, but I hope it builds. I hope it grows. And hopefully they got a shot of it for ESPN. They'll show it to us when they cut to our game.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And it has such an easy name. Just call it the Wave Walk. That'd be pretty awesome.
Absolutely. Writes itself. So what are you guys looking forward to most on offense here? I know there was some talk about Mekhi Hughes. I'd like to see Alex Bauman get involved early. I think, your safety blanket, short-handed tight end for a freshman quarterback against a strong defense is a guy that's going to come in handy. I think, obviously, Mario Williams is the talk of the offense, but I expect to see Bauman in the end zone today. I don't think you can get props on Tulane football, but if you could, Alex Bauman anytime score would be my selection.
I like it. I'm also excited to see the John Burroughs coined Typhoon package with Ty out there, get an extra blocker in the run game. Maybe not just in the red zone, honestly. Maybe on some other short yardage plays. Ty looks like he's pretty difficult to bring down. So I think that can sort of be like our Philly tush push sort of X factor play there. Get a big quarterback out there and an extra blocker in the run game. That's interesting. And another thing I'm looking forward to, you alluded to it, Sam. I want to see our fast receivers create space and create easy throws for Darian Mensah. I mean, K-State plays a kind of unique 3-3-5 defense. A lot of sort of zone coverage and sort of trying to take away some of that speed. You can kind of take advantage of your speed more if you're playing man, but I want to see them, make crisp cuts, find the soft spots in the zone, give Mensah some big windows to throw into, because honestly, like, he was fantastic in week 1 and I'm not necessarily worried about his play, but you want to make it as easy as possible for the quarterback, no matter what. And I think we have the talent at receiver to do that. And then one guy I'll single out is Dante Fleming. I want to see him make a play. He's the talk of camp. He's talk of camp last year. He's the world's best practicer. I want to see him put it together in the game. He's got a lot of talent, and I want to see him bring in a catch for, I don't know, 40 yards at least today.
Love it.
Yeah, I like the Fleming. One thing I want to see, I don't know if it's going to happen, but I want to see a 2 quarterback formation. Maybe after like an Avery Johnson red zone interception, come out with 2 quarterbacks. Maybe 3 quarterbacks. Let's do a 3 quarterback formation.
I think the Typhoon package is good. You touched on. I actually think the Ty is a really nice scout team comp for Avery.
There you go.
Really good legs, strong arm, is going to fire the football. Avery, a lot of what I've read from Kansas State fans is he's not really a touch guy. He's a fastball guy. So it reminds me a little bit of what I've been hearing about Ty. So hopefully we got a good look at what a guy with some serious legs can do this week. And Summerall and Gasparotto have been taking notes about how to heat him up. I think we're going to blitz a lot today because, as I've noted, we're not the only one with a quarterback with a lack of experience. Avery Johnson's got all the star ratings and all that. This is his first true road start. He started a bowl game. I think it was the Cheez-It Bowl, and then the UT Martin game at home. This is the first road game, and Kansas State has had a little bit of trouble away from Manhattan. If you look at their splits, they're a very heavy home team. I don't think they play in a lot of humidity and rain like they're going to get today. I think Avery might be feeling that stadium pulse a little bit if we can get Yeoman packed up, and that's what I'm excited to see.
Yeah, he has a ton to prove. I mean, sure, he's got all the accolades, like you mentioned, all the stars, but we haven't really seen him on a big stage. The Pop-Tart Bowl is my favorite bowl game, so I consider that a big stage. I love talking about the Pop-Tart Bowl, but I don't think it compares to the 10th anniversary at Yeoman Stadium.
I've seen all these hot takes on Twitter being like, if this happens, then I'll tase my balls, or something like that. Like, I wanna get some Pop-Tart steaks out there. Like, Like if Tulane beats Kansas State, I'll sacrifice a Pop-Tart on the air again.
Well, you saw the Pop-Tart guy did tweet that he would do the red Solo Cup, eat it out of there, which has been ripping through college football Twitter. Yeah, look, man, I think that Avery does have a lot to prove. I mean, he's a big name quarterback, and Kansas State's been waiting for him to play in a big game, and I would say this amounts to his first big test. And then the other thing for them is they got Arizona Friday. Little bit of a look ahead spot. I mean, that's a Big 12 matchup. That's weird to say, but it's a Big 12 matchup that they've got with Arizona, who's a very good team this year, and so they got on Friday. It's not a full week, so a lot running around Avery Johnson's head. He was doing media before the game. He was on College Game Day this morning. So is he focused? Is he locked in? Is he ready for this Green Wave defense?
One thing I haven't heard a ton about from like I guess sort of the Kansas State perspective is like the desire, like the urgency to win this game, maybe I'll call it. I think it's kind of an X factor, Sam. Like Tulane needs this win. Like the Green Wave has to win this game if they want to be taken seriously by the national media. And Kansas State, they've learned the lesson that they don't have to win this game and they can still make the college football playoff. In 2022, they lost this game and then won the conference. And if that was this year, that would be a playoff berth. So like there's a huge difference there. And there could be a huge competitive edge for the Green Wave if they're coming out and playing with that desperation, and Kansas State is taking it as this is a nice to have.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, we know that more important, as you said, I think obviously next week is the big name road game against Oklahoma. I honestly think that game is going to be very tough. I mean, Darius' first year road start in Oklahoma. You got to know this is the game on ESPN, circled. John Summerall, as I tweeted earlier, the worst loss of his career was against Kansas State. The guy's only lost 4 times as a head coach. You know he's been thinking about this. Gasparotto as well. The defense got chewed up. That's their bread and butter. They're not happy about that. Summerall said in the donor press conference with the Fear the Wave donors that, he's been scouting Kansas State since he took this job. He is serious about today. This game matters a hell of a lot to him and a hell of a lot to our team. And as you said, I think a little bit less so to Kansas State.
Yeah, it feels like Kansas State is playing not to lose, which that's exactly where we want them. That's kind of what they were doing in 2022.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they're going to overlook us by any means, but I think they're sort of, I mean, the vibe we've gotten from the media and the fans is more so like it would be embarrassing if we lost. We shouldn't lose. Let's take this seriously. Instead of like we have to win, let's go out and beat the doors off of Tulane, which I don't know. From all the predictions I've heard, I know one of the Cocaine Willie guys said they would beat us like 31-10 or something, but everyone else is like, oh yeah, it'll be a close game. Like I hope we can get a late touchdown or something like that.
31-10, I thought was a little bit offensive. If they win by 3 touchdowns, and it could happen, let's be honest. But if it does happen, I will personally be shocked. I expect Tulane's offense to perform. I know Kansas State's rushing defense is very vaunted. We got serious weapons, guys. These are, proven P4 talents. We have a good offensive coordinator in Joe Craddock. Offense looked pretty seamless in a vanilla kind of, scaled back format last week. I expect Mensa to be unleashed. I expect the Typhoon package to be unleashed. I expect Mekhi Hughes to be ready to kill somebody today. Mekhi Hughes was, I thought kept on a little bit of a pitch count and ran on nothing too exciting. A lot of dive down the middle. I didn't see any counters. I didn't see any sweeps. I'm excited to see some exotics and to see them get surprised. I'm excited to see Ty and Mekhi in the backfield, maybe a little option. Like I like to run an NCAA 25. So I'm excited to see the run game kind of level up. And I think that's what Kansas State, especially in the rain and the muck, is going to have to watch out for.
Speaking of NCAA 25, like playbook packages, I'm yet to see a team run jet sweep for every single play this year. And I don't understand why, because it's clearly the best play in college football. I don't think we've run jet sweep yet.
Mario had a carry week 1.
Yeah, but it wasn't jet sweep.
It was a push pass. They got to run that wildcat play where the quarterback loops back and then throws the post to Mario Williams. That against inferior competition is a touchdown every time.
Every single time.
You play a good team, they stop it. But if you're playing somebody like that's garbage on the schedule, that play is an auto touchdown.
Yep, I run
even on Heisman
3 times in a row, and then I run the little flea flicker, and it's unstoppable. I've won like multiple national championships running 4 plays.
Yeah, 3-time national champion. Write that down.
Well,
guys,
hopefully we can make some of those fantasies come true today and knock off a top 25 team. Reed, I interrupted you.
do you guys think that Ty Thompson is pretty much going to take over that wildcat role, or do you think Mekhi might still get some of those carries like he has in the past?
I expect to see Mekhi in Wildcat. I think we'll see Mekhi. You get your best players the ball, by any means necessary, and the fastest you can get them the ball. College football is great when the running back takes direct snaps. It's fun to watch, and he is a battering ram. He scored a lot of touchdowns in the red zone running that Wildcat. I expect Ty to be in on that formation, maybe at receiver, adding another wrinkle there. I wouldn't be shocked if we saw Mensa and Ty in on that formation. So there's a lot to like. We got a talented football team. Got some Swiss Army knife weapons. I think you put Mekhi, Ty, Yul Keith, and Mario on the field. Throw in Darian. That's a lot to cover, a lot to stop. And I think Kansas State's defense coordinator has a lot to worry about.
That's ridiculous. Just listing off all those names.
Yeah, I mean, okay, we've been very, very positive and optimistic. I think just to cover our bases, let's be a little negative and pessimistic now. What could go wrong for the Wave that could be the killer?
I got nightmares of John Rice Plumlee running for 6,000 yards against us in 2022. That's what I'm seeing in my head can go wrong. I know you guys, well, at least one of you was at that game. I was there, and it was brutal. I mean, we had such an awesome season going. We beat Kansas State, got UCF, and it's not like they were throwing the ball. It was just a quarterback running all over us, which is so, just disheartening and deflating as a defense. It's like, make some stops, and the QB picking up 30, 40, 50 yards on the ground. Jackson Dart ran on us a little bit too. We didn't see much of Spencer Sanders last year, but it wasn't Quinshon Judkins that beat us. You know what I mean? It wasn't the UCF running back who transferred Northwestern. I think it was Bowser at the time. It was the quarterback's feet. So Avery Johnson can run like for real, and that's what I'm worried about. If he gets loose and he's picking up chunks, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, that's a terrifying thought. I would also say the turnover battle, especially in this rain. If we lose one or two silly fumbles, I think Mensa's a good decision maker. He's not going to do anything, throw an inaccurate pass that's going to get picked. It might be more, the ball slippery, get strip sacked, or Mekhi gets punched from behind. So I think turning over the ball could really put us on the back foot.
I would say special teams is one of my biggest concerns. I think that was one of the negatives from a very positive week one. Was kind of our kick coverage, and then the muff punt that didn't end up costing us, but sure could have. I mean, yes, Kansas State is known as a really, really solid special teams team. So that's something I'm looking out for. I'm hoping our kick coverage was worked on quite a bit this week of practice, taking advantage of those 2 extra days. And I don't want to see any game-changing plays on special teams from the Kansas State perspective.
Yeah, I talk about lowlights on the podcast with Maddie. Special teams was not acceptable. Muff punts can't happen. You can't give away possessions, and you can't let the other team start the 50-yard line. That's going to kill us against Kansas State. It might be okay against Southeastern. That is not okay. And if it has to be Bryce Bohannon back there, I love Dante Fleming. I'm worried. He's muffed a couple. It's going to be in his head. It's not his fault. Everybody has, their mental stuff. I want somebody sure-handed back there. Dante, I want him on the field as a receiver. I think I'll sacrifice the yardage or electrifying big play ability to have the guy who's got the best hands. I know Bohannon has been working on the jugs machine a lot. I think he should be back there. Z Carl, I'd also love to see back there, but I think that's a little bit of a risk as a true freshman. But his high school highlight tape in teams is electric. So that could be fun too.
Yeah, he had one catch last week where he made a few guys miss and was trying to. I don't know if he broke it off for some extra yardage, but he definitely showed some of that juice, some of that elusiveness. That's an easy word. I was going to go for elusivicity, and that's definitely not a word.
I like elusivicity. That sounds good.
Elusivicity.
I think Ray Pleasant could return some kicks too. I mean, get Tyler Groves out there in front of him and let him run, man. I can watch that highlight all year long. I had so much fun watching Tyler Groves blow up that lineman from Southeastern. I mean, that is just great stuff.
That's a leader, a play from a leader right there. We need some of that this week. I here's the thing. If we come on the show later this week and we're talking about like the heroics of some of the players on the team, we're gonna be in a very good spot, I think. Okay, how about this? Who's most likely to make a hero play this week? If you have to give like most likely on offense and most likely on defense, Reed, you go first.
On offense, a heroic play. I like Ty Thompson to make a heroic play. I could see us getting a 3rd and 3 on like the 50-yard line and breaking a big one. I think that'd be a huge boost to his confidence. I'd love to see that. So I'll go Ty Thompson. On the defensive side, let's go with Cam Hamilton. He had that huge strip sack last week, or strip tackle. I could see him making an impact early on too. So yeah, I'll do Cam Hamilton and Ty Thompson.
I like it.
Those are good answers. Let's ratchet it up, make it a 4th and 3. And Ty comes in with all the pressure on and gets it. Big plays from, I already said Alex Bauman. I think he's going to be the safety blanket that bails Darian out at some tight 3rd downs. And in the red zone, your big tight end is your quarterback's favorite target when you're in a tight spot. So give me Alex Bauman moving the chains a couple times on 3rd down, like he did on that second quarter play. That was my favorite Darian throw of the night on the 3rd and 9 in the red zone. And then it's Aiden Huntington. It's got to be Aiden Huntington. He is here for this game. He's got to take on these brawling left tackles from Kansas State and, contain Avery Johnson. He's got to do his job. That's the mantra of the week from John Summerall, and it is all about him, Matthew Fobbs-White, Terrell Allen. Contain. I can't say it enough.
I'm gonna go basic on offense and go with Darian Mensah. I think Louis Riddick was giving him some hype. Mensa mania. He's excited for the country to see a little bit more of Darian Mensah. And then on defense, I think Sam, you've described him as an unsung hero, but I think our man Slim Despaney is going to get his moment in the sun, make a big interception or a big TFL and a crucial down and distance and help the Wave pull out a win.
Alex Friedman just sent me a video at the boot. It looks crazy right now.
Oh yeah.
It looks insane.
Can we patch that in here? Can we overlay that?
If you send it to me, I think I can do that.
Yeah. Let me send it to you.
Yeah.
See how good the technology here is on the up-down
update.
Yeah.
What happened to the Kansas State guy?
He's
just blowing us off. He's too nervous to jump on stream.
He's logging on in a second. He was with his son. He said, "Oh no,
what a poor excuse. He's nervous."
Yeah, he's nervous. Okay.
Alex said he's 6 boot bombs in, so that's
Strong.
always a good sign at 10:30 in the morning.
Hey, yeah, look, like Coach said, if you can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning, right?
What you got in that cup there, Reed?
I got water for now.
Yeah, me too, man. I got a wedding later today. I can't start drinking just yet, but as soon as kickoff hits, once we cross over into East Coast, afternoon time, we'll crack my first beer.
I'm on the same page.
I think I think first touchdown will be a full chug for me. Hopefully that comes quickly. I look, Darian, he's checking all the boxes from a confidence standpoint. The way that Shoddy and Yul Keith, who are vets, talked about him, those two have both been around a lot of big-time players. Shoddy was at Colorado. Yul Keith was at Texas A&M. They know what a quarterback and a high-star recruit guy is. They know what confidence looks like. He's got it, man. And he really, one game he won over a lot of the fan base. I know early on I was the guy beating the drum, and everyone was like, dude, why wouldn't it be Ty Thompson? Ty Thompson's a 5-star. I'm like, you got to look at this Mensah kid, man. All I'm hearing from the people who work on the football team is that Darian Mensah is extremely calm, cool, and collected. And, that first episode of Welcome to Uptown that included him was so interesting to me because they were like, Coach Craddock was like, this kid is special. And I was like, they don't usually talk about third-string quarterbacks like that.
Yeah.
Turns out he wasn't third string.
Yeah. His first career pass was a 3rd and 8. Like you would expect him. They talked about it on Welcome to Uptown, like a screen pass, something underneath. He converts a huge 3rd and 8 right down the middle, puts it right on the money over 2 linebackers. I was sold right away. I'll admit, I wasn't initially believing in Mensah starting. I thought it was between Kai and Ty, but as soon as I've seen him play, 100% in. He looks incredible.
That's why you got me here, Reed. You know,
I know.
I was there screaming it, and then when he actually became the quarterback, I actually had to kind of hold it in. Unfortunately, I was ready to take a massive victory lap, and you know, they were obviously I work with Michael and the Peter Wave guys. Like, hey, we're gonna release this, and I was like, come on, man, this is mine, and but obviously that's
Yeah.
the right thing to do. But I was ready. I had queued up a drafted tweet and everything, and then I talked to the Peter Wave guys, and I was like, all right. Well, for the better of the program, we'll let you guys. I'll holster this one, but I was so excited. And then, like I talked about, I wasn't sure how good he was going to be. I had heard really good things, but I'd only seen, snippets of practice like everybody else. And like you said, 3rd and 8, we got Mario running a dig route against, cover 2, which is really hard because you got linebackers, in drop zones, and you got a safety over the top. So it's not like a simple, fire the ball and throw it as hard as you can. You got to drop it over with enough arc, but soft enough that it doesn't hit the safety. It's not easy. I mean, that's putting a throw into a window. And that ball was perfect. And that shows so much confidence. That 3rd and long, Craddock doesn't call a screen, doesn't call some kind of like funky jet sweep or whatever. He's like, let's see what the kid's got if he can convert 3rd and long. And then, every 3rd down, I think we went 6 for 8 on 3rd downs. The 3rd down that got called back because of the illegal formation penalty was a great throw. The 3rd he completed to Bauman was awesome, hung in the pocket, kept his eyes downfield. Most rookie quarterbacks want to take off and run. They, get off schedule and they're freaked out. Didn't see that. Really calm, cool, and collected back there, and just going through the offense, going through his reads, spreading the ball around too. I think is a sign of a good quarterback. You look at the box scores of these, great quarterbacks. They're not just peppering one guy. Mario was contributing. Alex Baum was contributing. Keith was contributing. Should have had Dante for one as well. That's a lot of guys. Bryce Bohannon had a nice screen and run. So I love that he's spreading it out because that means he's getting through his reads, getting through his progressions, and not just throwing it to Mario, which a lot of freshmen might do.
And I appreciate y'all stalling, fellas. I was able to get the boot video ready to go. So I haven't seen it yet. So who knows what's going to be in this video?
Oh boy.
But we'll see. All right. Looks like it's rowdy out there.
Looking crowded.
Awesome.
We need to get them to the stadium.
Yeah,
it's time to start making that walk, the aforementioned wave walk. Hopefully the turnstiles aren't as bad as Ole Miss. Oh my God, I don't know if you guys were at that game. My phone was like furiously dying with the tickets on it. We started walking like 11:30, and nobody was getting let in. It was like the slowest. They were just massively overwhelmed. Most of my friends missed kick at the Ole Miss game because it took like 45 minutes to process in. They'd never seen a full sellout at Yeoman.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna have quite that many people. Ole Miss really brought a lot, but hopefully folks are heading to the game now because you want to get in. You do not want to miss kickoff. And speaking of which, I am going to get some breakfast and take a shower and get ready for kickoff myself. So boys, thanks so much for having me on. Hope we can do it again in the future. Roll Wave. Let's get a W today.
All right. Thanks, Sam. Appreciate it. Follow at Wave After G Wave on Twitter. He's the man.
Thanks,
all
boys.
Right. Dude, I saw some booing of Kansas State fans in that video we just watched. So here's your chance. We can boo our very own Kansas State fan. What's up, Eric? Welcome.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Dude, I'm so sorry. I was late. Dude, my son really wanted a donut, so we went on like a run, and then I checked my phone. I was like, "Oh crap, I missed the start date." But I hope I'm still somewhat in time.
You're good, man.
Yeah,
your son wanted a donut just like the Kansas State offense this year. This week.
Dude, it was an important donut. Homeboy was happy, so yeah, we're doing good over here. But how you guys doing this morning? How you feeling? Yeah, you did.
Doing great. I feel I'm excited.
Okay, buddy.
I mean,
I know.
What's up, little guy? How's it going, man? What's your score prediction?
Who do you think's gonna win? Wave or the Cats?
Cats.
Oh, there we
go. There you go.
You raised him. You raised him right.
Can you go do that? Go play your tablet. Oh,
Reed, I'm seeing on Twitter. It looks like the fans are starting to make their way over to the stadium, walking down Broadway with a second line band.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Dude. Yeah, Kansas State fans travel pretty well for the most part, but I just thought that maybe for this game, just because of the Sugar Bowl being so recent, we wouldn't have a crazy crowd. But it's also like, Avery was on College game day. It's like sometimes we kind of forget like how much this is kind of taken off. It definitely seems like you guys had on the podcast earlier and we talked about it, and I guess I underestimated just how much pull Avery has. So it's gonna be a great game, man. I'm super excited. I'm super excited about the time slot. I know I've harped on it. It's just so cool to have a game this early, and at this point on ESPN. Funny enough, I went down to see my grandpa in Manhattan, and he has DirecTV, and I didn't know this, but DirecTV's in contract disputes.
Yeah.
So he can't even watch the game, and he's been a season ticket holder for 50 plus years. So he's having to go to a bar.
Yeah.
I was like, this is ridiculous. You live in the town, the game, K-State. It's crazy, man. But yeah, how you guys feeling today about it?
Cautiously optimistic. Optimistic.
I could hardly sleep. I was so excited. I went to bed early last night, Eric, because I knew that the sooner I went to bed, the sooner I would wake up and it would be game day.
I love it. Yeah, I woke up at 5 and I had a bunch of work stuff this week. So me and my friends recorded a podcast, and sadly I don't think I'm gonna put it out because there's only like 30 minutes till game time, or 45 minutes till game time, or an hour and a half. I'm struggling. I haven't had my coffee yet, but I felt pretty bad. Shit, where was I going with that? I woke up at 5. I was like, all right, I'm probably not gonna upload the podcast. So I'm just sitting around, and I'm like, what the hell? And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm extremely nervous because I was just trying to play my game to relax, and it was not working. I'm sitting over here playing Starfield. I'm like, I feel like shit right now. So yeah, I think I was cautiously optimistic when we talked last, but yeah, I'm pretty nervous right now. It's gonna be a great game. I'm super excited. We talked about the line and everything. I'm pretty sure it's shrunk ever since that point. I haven't checked it last, but I wonder what it is right now.
Yeah, 8.5.
8.5.
Ooh, okay.
I
I had a pretty good. This was my crazy event from last night. I get on my phone. BYU is down 3 points, and they're plus 400. So I had like a free $30 bet, and I put it on them. Ended up winning. It was like $180. So I was like, oh, I can't wait to lose money on the Tulane game tomorrow. So yeah, I thought maybe one of the things we can do this morning is look at the bets this morning for Tulane K-State. You guys got to tell me who's going to score on Tulane.
Yeah, let's do it. We can do that for sure.
Yeah.
Some of those live lines, you can really get some good value if you're like, one of my friends, he lives and dies by the punt live lines. Like, he'll watch an NFL game and he'll just like, when a team just like doesn't have it that day, like if their quarterback's just terrible or something, like last year with the Panthers and Bryce Young, he would just hammer the punt live lines every time the Panthers had the ball, and he made so much money last year.
Your buddy might be brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I'll hook you up with him, Eric, so you can get the insights.
Yesterday, that's funny you say that, because yesterday I accidentally bet on Green Bay punting on their first drive. I put $1 on and I won. So I want to know on punt bets now. Absolutely. Well, yeah, man. I listened to the full pod, so I ended up getting your guys' prediction at the end. But apparently, Reed, you were pretty disgusted by Jack choosing K-State.
I was so surprised. That might be one of the few times Jack picks against Tulane. But he said he's trying something out, so I'll let it slide.
I'll reveal afterwards, regardless of whether or not it was successful, what I was trying. But I don't want to put it out there. I don't want to.
Could have been a reverse jinx.
It might be some voodoo, some New Orleans voodoo. That's what I'm hoping, Jack. You better have a good reason.
My best K-State friend Caleb is super pessimistic. So and then I'm not really a sunshine pumper, but I'm above realistic. So like every game, like K-State should probably win this, even though sometimes they have no business winning. But Caleb will be the first one to admit like it's over. And it's a weird position for me because I have to jump in and be like, no, even though in my mind I'm like, yeah, it's over. So yeah. But I've been there. I mean, it was pretty cool to see you pick K-State. But then again, I was like, oh, shit. Well, now the Tulane guys are picking K-State. Now we're definitely going to lose. So, but yeah. Oh, it's up to 9 points now. Damn, it is fluctuating. That's crazy. Yeah. I haven't seen a line move like this in a while because it opened at like 7.5, right?
Yeah.
That's
crazy. 7 to 10 to 8 back up to 9.
I'm seeing
it must be the weather.
I'm seeing on Twitter there's a lot of K-State fans in the stadium right now.
Really? It's really cool when we have a good non-con game like this. Like we really don't like the last time it was Auburn was the big like non-con game that we had, and I can't think besides Arizona this year. I feel like we have Mississippi State. If you want to know the worst loss in recent K-State memory, it was at Vanderbilt in like 2016 or 17. That stung like you wouldn't believe. Oh, yeah, Vanderbilt.
That's painful. You don't have much to gain, but you have a lot to lose.
You do not. And you lose to like the one team in the SEC that has no business being there.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh yeah, so who's the biggest Tulane recent memory loss that stings so much?
Oh, that's easy. Well, actually,
Southern
no,
Miss?
it's not. I can think of two.
Southern Miss?
I was thinking Southern Miss right after the K-State game 2 years ago.
Oh, because you guys were so high after that. Yeah.
And we had 3 missed field goals, a blocked punt, and a blocked kick, and they won by 3 points. Like it was unreal. Terrible.
Navy was a bad one.
I was
last year against Texas was rough too. I don't know if you guys got to see that game. We had an extra point that was missed, and we would have won on the last field goal if we didn't miss that extra point. And then we had 1st and goal, and we went like just 4 yards and 4 plays. It was. Yeah. I was at the game too. It was devastating. I hate Texas. I hate Texas more than I can breathe. It's awful.
Well, maybe you'll get him in the maybe you'll get him in the playoff, a little 12 SEC matchup or something.
It sucks. Now they're good. Like it was always before. Like, oh, Texas pulls in the greatest recruiting class God has ever seen and just goes 5-7 in the Big 12. But now they're actually using it well, so it's like shit. But yeah, I'm nervous. I'm yapping a lot, man. I'm like over here, like because last year this is kind of how I felt. 2 years ago, I was super excited, felt good about everything, and then I just watch. I think our defense played well against you guys.
Yeah.
But it was like that helpless feeling when your offense can't do anything.
Yeah.
That's got to be one of the worst feelings in sports. Like I'm okay SMU. If the defense is getting scored on.
I'm a Jets fan. Eric.
What'd you say?
That's how I feel every Sunday.
Well, I think last year, no, right? Because Zach Wilson.
Yeah, we'll see. All right. Well, before we hop off real quick, I want to say thanks, Eric. Thanks, Special Teams U for coming on. Where can everyone find you?
Yeah, for sure, man. Thanks for shouting me out. Yeah, it's Special Teams U on Twitter. I started it 5 years or 6 years ago after maybe even more than that. After K-State had a walk-off win against Iowa State. It's like a rogue Barstool account. But yeah, it's all worth it when you meet guys like you guys who are just, fun on Twitter and don't take it too seriously. So yeah, thank you guys. It's been cool talking with you 2 times, in the past weeks. So, thanks for having me on. Sorry I was late, but
you're good.
But I wasn't just sleeping, so. But no, thanks guys. You guys are great. You put a lot of effort into this. It's really cool.
Thank you. Yeah,
appreciate it. Yeah.
Good luck, but not too much luck. All right.
Yeah, for the rest of the season, just not today.
Absolutely.
awesome.
I
Well-
feel the same way. I hope you guys have a great year.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
man.
Yep.
All right. Well, thanks everyone so much for listening to our pregame show. It was really fun. Second week of doing a live show on game day. I'm kind of liking it, Reed. I don't know about yourself, but be sure to like and repost this if you liked it. And if you do, maybe we'll do it again. All right. I got to get ready for kickoff, Reed. What about you?
I do. It's game time. We're getting there.
Let's do it. Roll wave, y'all. Come on.
Roll wave.